विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिनिति नामिने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितमेन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सगगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पदे गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वरा परम कृष्णा सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम। हरे कृष्ण। By Lord Sri Krishna's causeless mercy, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita every day. So for those who are joining for the first time, I welcome all of you for this Bhagavad Gita class where we are studying each and every sloka of Bhagavad Gita in depth, at length. But we are in the 8th chapter now, but I'm going to refer to many slokas from all the chapters, so you don't feel that we are somewhere in the middle. In this Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is giving all the confidential knowledge, the most confidential knowledge to us, because we have just that one basic qualification, that is, we don't envy Krishna. That is the main thing. In order to receive this knowledge, in order to understand this knowledge, Bhagavad Gita knowledge, the qualification is that we should not be envying Krishna. Because Krishna is saying in the first sloka in the 9th chapter, in many slokas, of course, Krishna says, today I am explaining you, today I am teaching you this most confidential knowledge. Krishna is saying that idam tudai gukhya uttamam pravakshyami. So idam tudai gukhya uttamam pravakshyami means today I am explaining you this most confidential knowledge because anasuyave, because you are not envious of me. That is the main thing. So that believing in Krishna, faith on Krishna, not envying Krishna. So that's a very important qualification for us to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is. Otherwise, if we try to just take Krishna out of picture in Bhagavad Gita, if we try to study and understand Bhagavad Gita, we will not get anything. We will not understand anything in Bhagavad Gita. Because Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, every time, in many slokas, Krishna is saying Mam, Me, Aham, like that, many times. So that way, we have to understand that this Bhagavad Gita is given by Krishna, and we need to understand only by believing in Krishna, by having faith on Krishna, we can get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So that's why this Bhagavad Gita is very precious knowledge, and it can be understood only by the devotees of Krishna. That's why this is the most confidential knowledge, because only the devotees of Krishna can understand Bhagavad Gita. And of course, we are all highly qualified to study and understand Bhagavad Gita. There is no doubt about it. That's why we are here connected. That's why we are studying Bhagavad Gita. And with this knowledge, using this Bhagavad Gita, we will be able to free ourselves from this material bondage. So only using this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, only using this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we can bring peace of mind. Because Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita how to control our mind. how to make our mind as our best friend. So the real peace of mind or the happiness we can enjoy, we can experience only when we study and understand this Bhagavad Gita fully. So in the 8th chapter, that is titled as Attaining the Supreme. So that means our goal in our life is to attain the Supreme, is to go to Krishna's well. That should be our destination. That should be our goal. We should aim. So we are all in this world. Everybody is having a lot of goals, objectives, goals and objectives. So any project when you do, so first thing you write in the presentation, the goals and objectives. So we will write what is the objective, why we are doing it. So like that, here in our life, our goal, our ultimate goal of our life should be Krishna. Krishna should be our ultimate destination. So that's why Matpara. So Paramam Gatim. So that is the supreme destination. So that's what we should go. So we need to use this life. We need to use this life in going to Krishna's will. So that means we need to know. We need to know how to act. We need to know how to behave. So because this life, this human life is a very rare opportunity. Whatever opportunity we have got right now, studying Bhagavad Gita, understanding Bhagavad Gita, knowing about Krishna, all these opportunities, what we have got right now, is a very rare opportunity. There are 8.4 million species of life. In that, getting a human life, human body, our brain, the human brain, especially our forebrain, so it is a frontal lobe, basically. So that's what is the executive portion of our brain. So that's what all the thinking, the higher consciousness, everything happens, which is just in our frontal lobe. So that is very big compared to any other animals or any other living entities, species. So we have got this special brain actually. So there is a lot of, so that we can do like a supercomputer. Like supercomputer, you can do a lot of things very fast. So like that, we have got this special brain to make use of this life very effectively, very efficiently, to ask the question that why am I suffering in this material world? We need to realize. We need to realize, and we need to ask this question that why am I struggling in this material world? Why am I forced to die in this material world? That's the question. We need to solve that problem. We're trying to solve all other problems, but our real problem is this death, old age, disease, and we are going to die. No medicine is going to help us. Maybe the medicine can prolong our life. Maybe we can live a little longer, of course, with all kinds of pains. So all kinds of side effects and all kinds of miseries. But death is certain. Death is going to come. But are we prepared? Are we ready to die? Do we know what we should do at the time of death? So what we are supposed to do at the time of death, do we know? That's the important question. So how can we prepare ourselves? How can we prepare at the time of death to get out of this world forever, so that we will not be subjected to death again in this material world? If we get another life in this material world, another body in this material world, then again we need to die. And this cycle is keep on happening. So that is the fact, that is the reality. So we are coming back, keep coming back to this material world. We are all the time struggling, suffering and dying, because Krishna says, Arjuna, that Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacha Arjuna tani agam veda sarvani natvam veta parantapa. When Krishna is telling to Arjuna, Krishna is actually, he's telling Arjuna that both you and me have taken many births in the past. I remember all of them, but not you. But Krishna is not forced to take body, material body in this material world. We need to understand that Krishna's birth is divine. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and he's unborn. Ajopisan, avyayatma, bhutanam, iswaropisan, prakritim swam, adhishtaya, sambhavami, atma maya. We need to understand the difference between ourselves and Krishna. And that way, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, if you realize that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is with us. He's in our body. So he's as a super soul, he's seated in our heart. So if we get this knowledge, then if we connect with that Krishna, then if we connect with Krishna at the time of death, if we remember Krishna all the time, so then we are going to simply go to Krishna's well at the time of death. That's what Krishna is saying. If anyone remembers me at the time of death, he will come to me. There is no doubt about it. Antakalecha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram. Ya prayati samadbhavam yati nasti atra samse. But the problem is, how are we going to remember Krishna at the time of death if we are not able to remember Krishna now? If we are not able to focus our mind fully on Krishna, completely on Krishna now, then how are we going to remember Krishna at the time of death? How can we remember Krishna at the time of death? So that way, being a human being, it's a special birth, it's a special body. As I just said, that we have got a larger brain, and we have to effectively use this opportunity to remember Krishna. Practice remembering Krishna. That should be our very important task in our life. Our primary job is only try to remember Krishna. That is the main thing. All the time we should remember Krishna. And how can we remember Krishna? Of course, right now we are all remembering Krishna. We are not thinking about anything else in this material world at this point of time. At this point of time, we are completely disconnected from this material world because our mind is full of Krishna now, because we are studying Bhagavad Gita. So by studying Bhagavad Gita, by understanding Bhagavad Gita, by listening to Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, we will be able to remember Krishna and we will be able to connect it with Krishna just by studying this Bhagavad Gita. So this is one way of remembering Krishna. That means we should study Krishna, we should study Bhagavad Gita as much time as possible. We should effectively use to study Bhagavad Gita. Because Bhagavad Gita, the slokas, Bhagavad Gita means the songs which are sung by Krishna. So we should keep on listening to his songs. Like there are movie songs, we keep listening. When we drive, when we go here and there, we put all kinds of movie songs. Instead, we should listen to Krishna's songs, the songs sung by Krishna, Bhagavad Gita. So that way, if we always listen to this Bhagavad Gita, so then we will be able to be ourselves connected with Krishna. We will be able to remember Krishna. So this is a very important way of remembering Krishna. And what other ways? Because in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that, Krishna is teaching us very, very clearly that you do everything for me. Everything. Mayi sarvani karmani sanyasya dhyatma chetasa nirasigi nirmamo bhutva yuddhasva vigata jvaraha. So Arjuna is asking, Krishna is asking Arjuna to fight. Yuddhasva vigata jvaraha. So fight, free from lethargy. Free from lethargy, you fight. How? Mayi sarvani karmani sanyasya dhyatma chetasa nirasigi nirmamo bhutva. You surrender all your works unto me. Mayi sarvani karmani sanyasya dhyatma chetasa nirasigi nirmamo bhutva. So without any shelter, without any desires, and without claiming for any proprietorship. So just you surrender everything unto me and you fight. That's what Krishna told Arjuna. Krishna asked Arjuna to go and fight. So, tasmat sarvesu kalesu mam anusmarat yuddhyacha. So all the time you remember me and fight. So that way, the second form of remembering Krishna all the time is actually by studying this. The first form of remembering Krishna all the time is by studying all the time, studying Bhagavad Gita. So that means we should keep studying Bhagavad Gita. We should keep all the time, whenever we find time, just listen to the slokas, recite the slokas, sing the slokas, study Bhagavad Gita. That's it. Keep on doing this. That way we will be all the time connected with Krishna like Right now, all of us are connected with Krishna. We are not thinking anything about in this material world. We are completely disconnected from this material world. So then the second form is that with this knowledge, do everything for Krishna, act for Krishna. Like Arjuna, Krishna was asking Arjuna to fight for him. So like this, like that in our life, each and every activity we should do it for Krishna. That is the main thing. We should do all our activities as an offering unto Krishna. So that's why Krishna is saying that whatever you do it as an offering unto me. Yat karosi tat kurusva madarpanam. You do everything as an offering unto me. So that way in our life, we should do every activity only for Krishna. So what does that mean? That doesn't mean that we should give up what we are doing now and go and try to do something else for Krishna. Whatever we are doing now, because we are great at it, because we have the skills to do that. So do that for Krishna. Like Arjuna was great in fighting. Arjuna was a great fighter. So Krishna asked him to fight for him. So that's why Arjuna fought for Krishna. So like that here, we are all specialized. We are all having some special skills. Each one of us have got some special skills. So whatever skills we have, whatever we are doing now do it for Krishna. That is the main thing. Do it for Krishna. If you are studying, study for Krishna. If you are going to work, go and work for Krishna. Anything and everything, whatever we do it for Krishna. So that way, we will be continuously get ourselves connected with Krishna. And of course, chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is a very important process to remember Krishna, because that is the only way to control our mind. To control our mind, because mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong. Chanchalam hi manak Krishna pramadi palavadridam tasyagam nigraham manye vayoriva suduskram. The mind is restless, turbulent, and very obstinate and very strong. And Krishna is saying that it is possible to control the mind by suitable practice and detachment. And what is that practice? Many times I explained in our class. From wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. That is, Sanischayena yoktavyo yogo anirvinna chetasa sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyaktva sarvana sesatah manasseivendriya gramam viniyamya samantatah. So one should Sanischayena yoktavyo tyaktva sarvan asesatah manasseivendriya gramam. So manasa, mind, indriya, senses, gramam, total. So manasevendriya gramam viniyamya samantataga. We should bring and control mind and senses and everything. So that's a slow and steady process. Sanaigi uparame buddhya dhriti grihi taya atma samstam manakritva nakinchit api chintaye. So slowly and steadily, we should bring the mind under the control of the self. Atma samstam manakritva, don't think about anything else. Nakinchit api chintaye. So at that time, our mind will come under control. That's why yatho nischalati manaschanchalam astiram tatastato niyamyaitat atmanyeva vasamnaye. So from wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. If you keep on doing that, what is going to happen? If you do this chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. So keep on chanting that Hare Krishna Mahamantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. So that is the way of controlling our mind. So that way, studying Bhagavad Gita all the time and doing everything for Krishna, working for Krishna, doing everything for Krishna, and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And of course, whatever we are making for Krishna, the food, the prasadam, we have to make it for Krishna. Anything we want to eat, first we want to give it to Krishna. And when we love Krishna so much, and when we want to offer to Krishna the prasadam, we should really make what Krishna likes, what Krishna wants. It's not that what we like, it's not that what we want. Even though Krishna is saying that whatever you eat, you offer it to me. That's what Krishna is saying that. Yat karosi, yat dasnasi, jugosi tadasyat, yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurusvamadappa. But we should offer what Krishna wants. What is Krishna wanting? What Krishna expects from us? Patram, pushpam, palam, toyam, yo me bhaktya prayachatihi, tadaham bhakti upakritam asnami prayatatmanaga. A leaf, flower, fruit or water. So if anyone offers me with love and devotion, I shall accept it. That's what Krishna is saying, that I will accept it. That's what Krishna will take. So that way, whatever we eat, we need to first offer to Krishna. So that means when we want to prepare at home the prasadam, we make the food. Of course, we have to eat meals, morning, afternoon, evening, dinner, lunch, breakfast, morning breakfast, then lunch, and then dinner. All the time every day we need energy for our body, we are eating prasadam. But that we have to offer to Krishna first. That is the main thing. We should not forget. Anything we eat, first we need to offer to Krishna. So that way, if we make prasadam for Krishna, if we offer to Krishna, so that way we remember Krishna. So these are all the ways. So that way, studying Bhagavad Gita all the time and doing everything for Krishna, working for Krishna, and chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and making prasadam and offering to Krishna. So these are all the things every day when we do it, then we will then sleep for Krishna. That's it. Because we will not have any other time to do anything else. We will not have any other time to think about this material world. We will not have any other time to worry about anything else in this material world. There is no need to worry. Otherwise, if we don't do this, if you are not connected with Krishna, then what we will be doing? We will be simply worrying. That's it. We won't do anything useful. These are all the only useful things we can do for ourselves. These are all the only good things we can do for ourselves to purify ourselves. So without this knowledge, without doing all these things, whatever nonsense we do, everything is useless things. That's what we need to understand. So from Bhagavad Gita, we are getting this knowledge very, very clearly. So that's why in the sloka what we are studying today, because Krishna is teaching us even very, very nicely, very clearly. This is a very nice sloka which I quoted many times in the past. So we are in the 14th sloka in the 8th chapter. Krishna is teaching us that. Ananya chetaka sathatham yo mam smarati nityasaka tasyaham sulabha partha nityayuktasya yoginah. Ananya chetaka satatham yo mam smarati nityasaka tasyaham sulabha partha nityayuktasya yoginah. So, without any deviation, our thoughts should not be deviating at all. Ananya chetaha satatam, always yo mam smarati. So anyone who remember me all the time without any deviation. That's what Ananya chetaha satatam yo mam smarati nityasaka. Nityasaka means regularly, again always. Satatam, nityasaka, they are all same. So Krishna is using the word Ananya, Satatam, Nityasaka, just in 2 lines. Everything same meaning. Ananya means without any deviation. Satatam, all the time. So all the time without any deviation. So Ananya Chetaka Satatam Yo Mam Smarati Nityasaka. Those who remember me all the time without any deviation. What is going to happen if you do that? Tasya aham sulabha partha. For him, I am very easy to obtain. That's what aham sulabha partha. They can obtain me very easily. So tasya aham sulabha partha nityayuktasya yoginagam. because they are regularly connected with me, all the time connected with me. They are yogis. So by all the time remembering me without any deviation, by all the time connected with me, so I am very, very easy to obtain. That's what Krishna is. So to do this, do we have to spend any money? No need at all. Do we need to worry about anything in this material world? No need at all. Krishna is there to take care of us. There is no point in sitting and worrying. Otherwise, in this material world, people, those demons will all the time worry. Chintam aparimeyam pralayantam upashitaga kamopabhoga paramaga yetavatiti nishchitaga. So, chintam aparimeyam. Chintam aparimeyam means unlimited worries. So, in this material world, by forgetting Krishna, we are going to simply worry all the time. We are not going to be happy at all in this world. So that's why Krishna is saying that Agnyascha Sraddhadanascha Samsayatma Vinasyati Nayam Lokosti Naparo Nasukam Samsayatmanaga. For a doubtful person who is ignorant, who has no knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, who has no faith on this Bhagavad Gita, Agnyascha Asraddhadanascha Samsayatma Vinasyati is destroyed. A doubtful person. And Nayam Lokosti Naparo Nasukam Samsayatmanaga. Not only in this world, and also in any other world, he will not be happy at all. So not in any other world, so he will be happy. So only a devotee of Krishna, only by surrendering unto Krishna out of love and devotion and getting this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and remembering Krishna all the time and doing everything for Krishna, like what all I listed today, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, studying Bhagavad Gita, and working for Krishna, and preparing prasadam and offering unto Krishna. Then Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Yadantascha Dhritavrataga Namasyantascha Mam Bhaktya Nityayukta Upasataga. So all the time singing, glorifying me, kirtans, by singing kirtans about me, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Yadantascha Dhritavrataga Namasyantascha Mam Bhaktya. They will worship me with faith, Nityayuktasya Yoginagam. So knowing that I am the origin of everything, Nyatva Bhutadim Avyayam. So that way, it's very important for us to get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So when we study this Bhagavad Gita more and more, and when we get attracted towards Krishna more and more, then we will forget about this material world more and more. So then slowly and steadily, we will actually elevate ourselves to Krishna's well. So we'll be able to get out of this material world. At that time when death comes, we don't have to worry because we are not connected with this world, because we are not attached to anything in this material world. So when death comes, we don't have to think about anything. We don't have to worry about anything. We can happily remember Krishna at the time of death, because anyhow we are not having any attachments to this world. Anyhow we are not worrying about anything in this material world. So it doesn't matter for us. So we should be very happy actually at the time of death, because we are going to go to Krishna. That is the main point. So that way, this Bhagavad Gita is a very, very important science for all of us. And by Krishna's mercy, we are making steady progress. We are making great progress every day. So I will stop now. We finished the 14th sloka in the 8th chapter. And Hare Krishna. So I will stop now. And if you discuss if any questions are there, I'll hand over to Siva Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Guruji. We don't have any questions, but we have some new names I see.
Yeah. Yes.
Kavita Gaura. Kavita Gaura, I can unmute you. You can introduce yourself.